Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today because we only have one day left until the premiere for The Walking Dead Season 8. First, we're going to take a look at some new pictures we've got for tomorrow night's premiere and just touch on real quickly the theory of a possible Daryl-Carol relationship or Carol and Ezekiel. And spoiler warning if you guys are not caught up, of course, for The Walking Dead. So getting closer and closer as the days go by. One more day left. Days gone by. We cannot wait for the premiere tomorrow night of The Walking Dead. I'm getting a little bit more hyped each day as we get closer and closer to tomorrow night's premiere. So we've got some new pictures. Going to take a look at them. There was a new sneak peek that I gave my thoughts on yesterday where you see Daryl and Carol embrace each other in a hug as Carol is kind of worried about him and wants to wants to make sure he's safe. The way I read it is more of like a motherly, because Carol's like the mother of the group, motherly love type of hug and this kind of thing, which is kind of the way I picture it, the way I see it between the two. So at this point, I think probably they'll never do a Daryl relationship, I think, because we're going to the 8th season. If they haven't done it by now, if they haven't started by now, they're probably never going to. Also, in the Walking Dead comic book series, we did have Ezekiel with Michonne, which in the Walking Dead television series you can't do because, of course, Michonne is with Rick. So instead, we've kind of seen maybe some setup for this, which could be a Carol and Ezekiel relationship between the two. So that's the one I think makes the most sense. It is kind of cool. I still like the scenes, though, even though it's not, they do have a relationship. It may not be a romantic relationship between Carol and Daryl, but, I see it as like a very strong bond because they've been together for so many seasons in the zombie apocalypse, surviving and just doing what they can to kind of get by, and right up until this point, even at the moment, their lives are pretty much always in jeopardy. They're always fighting for survival. So that's the kind of way I read it. I do think that fans would like to see that. I think that a lot of people would be happy if they did do a Carol-Daryl relationship, but at this point, even though you see them kind of close in the sneak peek and the pictures and that, I still just I don't really see it. I don't really see it happening at this point because it's been so long. But you guys can definitely write your comments below what you think about a possible Daryl-Carol relationship, or if you think it'll be Carol and Ezekiel, and Daryl will probably be always alone forever. Some people think maybe Sherry, something like that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. So you guys can leave your comments below on who you think. Some predictions for relationships with either Carol or Daryl. I'm going with Carol and Ezekiel is most likely, and for Daryl, I'm looking at Lone Wolf going forward, our sort of Wolverine for The Walking Dead, so to speak, is the way I see it. So those ones are pretty cool. We've got this one here of Rick who's kneeling, so he's kneeling down in the grass, getting ready maybe to attack. Maybe he's scoping out some location. It doesn't really look like the sanctuary in this one, so maybe closer to the junkyard, something like that. Maybe close to the hilltop, and maybe they're just prepping and he's kind of just thinking about what they're about to do. Also, not 100% sure if every single one of these pictures is from tonight's episode. Some of them could be from episode 2 or something. We got this one with Morgan, which is pretty cool. He's got the blood-soaked staff, which is pretty neat. Almost looks to me like at the end of his bow, he's kind of sharpened it a bit, or maybe not. Maybe it's still mostly rounded. But you would think that maybe he might want to put like some kind of metal tip on that or something for killing some zombies, because then he could, stab from a little bit of a distance. It'd be good to take him out quickly. Another one with Morgan, really cool here. So that one looks is good. You can see the hockey pads, right? Not wearing hockey pads, but he is wearing hockey pads. It's cool. You got the orange as well too for the Kingdom. Yep. And then we've got Tara sporting a pretty sweet gun, it looks like, so that's cool. Not much to say about that one. Surprised she's still alive in the show. That's one thing we can say about Tara. Happy she's still alive, but kind of surprised they've kept her on for this long. So next couple years, I'm thinking Tara might be one to bite the dust. But I am happy they've kept her around too. She's pretty positive and bubbly and fun. So yeah, nothing wrong with that. I like the way she has, her banter with Eugene and some of the others, Rosita and characters like that. We see some brutal zombies. This one, Bullet Boy is the is the picture name, which is oh man, that is brutal. That is brutal. So definitely the zombies in The Walking Dead are way better than the Fear of the Walking Dead zombies. That's one thing I think that The Walking Dead will probably always have over Fear. No matter what else you want to argue, I don't think you can argue that the zombies in The Walking Dead are far superior than the Fear zombies. I mean, just look at that. Tell me that's not scary. That is scary, man. So there's that one. We've got one from Carl in the sneak peek where he's kind of walking by the cars, which is pretty cool. Looks like he might run into a City Kier, a new character from the show, which is good. Reminds me of season 2, you know, get down under the cars. And part of it looks like the gas station that Rick was at in the very premiere, you know. Days Gone By, premiere for Walking Dead. Awesome episode. This one, also brutal. He's got no eyes, man. See no evil, right? Oh my God, I see. Said the. No, it's brutal, man. I got another one here that's like rotting. You know, looks like at the sanctuary. So no molten metal on this one, but you know, really bad shape. This one half charred, right? Pretty nasty. So again, you know, they're not fun to look at, but you need them to be done well if you want them to be scary. You know, and half of that is look, right? So continuing along, also some really scary ones too. This one looks like it's probably near the sanctuary, somewhere in there, so that's pretty cool. A couple more near the sanctuary, some more zombies. Going to be lots of zombies at the sanctuary. We got Father Gabriel. We've got some of the barricades in the background of the bus, so I'm not sure if he's close to the hilltop, something like that. But yeah, and it'll also be interesting to see if this is the herd that they were talking about in season 7, like when there was, you know, Daryl's escaping and that, and you've got Carl, who is in the truck on his way to the sanctuary. They mentioned a herd that they were using explosions to kind of move away from the sanctuary so it would miss it. I'm wondering if this is the same herd that Rick and the others have kind of gone out, grabbed, and are bringing it back around. You know, that type of thing, steering it back to the sanctuary. Get it back on course, right? Then we've got one of Maggie. Really excited to see what they do with Maggie this season. Definitely, because she's going right now with season 7 premiere and what happens there, the Glenn death. You know, she's going from being like maybe a B, you know, a B-lister if you want to say, you know, throughout the series, to a solid A+, like a Rick level. Like she's, you know, she's going to like, you know, top level status in terms of a character right here, you know, this season after what happened to Glenn. So, and the audience, I think, is behind her. So I'm excited to see what they do with Maggie this season. Yeah, so it should be good. See if she'll get her revenge for Glenn and how this all works out. It's really cool. Got one of Rick, who looks like he's getting ready to give a speech, and I can't tell where this is exactly. I'm not sure if it's near the hilltop where they're standing on top of the platforms. They've used a lot of these in the commercials, so we'll have to see where that is. We'll have to see if that's at the hilltop near there, or in between, maybe close to where the herd is, because they do have the barricades there that they've been kind of putting together, which is neat. Maggie again here with some of the barricades in the background. Rick, you know, in this picture, assuring Maggie, I suppose everything's going to be okay. We're doing the right thing and making the right decision. That's the take that's the way I read it. We've got Gabriel here as well. Not too much to say about that one. We've got Ezekiel, Rick, and Maggie. Probably speech time. Getting ready for the day is what I'm thinking mostly, which is pretty cool. So happy to see. You know, just kind of cool. You know, it's just kind of neat. You got the armbands around. So white for Alexandria, orange for the kingdom, and green for the hilltop. So that's cool. Another one of the 3. So just kind of still cool. We've seen a lot of this stuff from the commercials, right? A lot of the commercials have had these. I got one with Maggie. Time certainly is passing. You can see it there. So it's kind of cool. We've got one with Ezekiel with his super sweet hair. Predator, you know, Michonne to be jealous type of hair, right? So Predator hair. It's pretty cool. The dreads, killer. Andrew Lincoln, that's Rick, of course. Not too much to say about it, but Sam, Gabriel, and Rick as well too. You know, I like the way their relationship has kind of you know, gotten better over the years, and they're closer for sure. So that's cool, especially considering where they first met Gabriel. Rick didn't trust him at all. This one with the gate there, and then we've got, you know, it looks like Alexandria. We've got Aaron and Eric here, so we'll see if they both survive All Out War. They both survive this whole season. Another one with Aaron with a pretty sweet gun, it looks like, so that's cool. Gabriel again, another brutal zombie, which we'll go over, and then yeah, just the you know, the Daryl stuff that we've seen. So very cool. Next one, I'll put the link in the description too. It's where Ross Marquand, who plays Aaron, compares The Walking Dead to Die Hard with zombies, which is fun. So, you know, a lot of focus on the action. We've seen a lot of different interviews where they've talked about it over the summer. Scott Gimple and, you know, Gabriel's actor talking about all the explosions and all kinds of crazy stuff to hype us up. First 4 episodes are supposed to be just action-packed, intense, amazing, and, you know, I mean, you guys know I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see all the action this year and what they're going to bring to us. And that's one thing for Walking Dead. Even though it's supposed to be, if you want to put it in a genre, you're looking at horror or drama, like supernatural drama with the zombies, so horror. But it's got a lot of action in there too. You can have some romance, you can have all these different things, even some comedy. So, you have a very diverse world. And for me, maybe it's just, who I am, testosterone. You guys know how it goes. A lot of you guys are the same way. We just love to see the action. That's part of it. I like to see all the drama too. I like to think and, and see backstabbing or things like this changing or, predicting and character development and all this. That's all great. But, for me, the most climactic thing is to see all out war, baby, to see, people trying to kill each other. That's what it's all about. So that's what it comes down to for me is my favorite part. Trevschanrules says, Trev, what are you most excited about for The Walking Dead Season 8 this Sunday? Also, they better not kill Jerry, but because of what Scott Gimple said, I think they just might. So for Jerry, yeah, he might be killed off this season because he's not like a standout character. He is a standout. How do I say this? He's kind of a C-level character. No offense to fans of Jerry. He's really cool and happy and everything like that. He's jolly Jerry. But I could definitely see him being killed off in the war because you got to have casualties in war. But he's a fun survivor for sure. And I do think that he's pretty positive in The Walking Dead, which is good because you don't have a lot of, sometimes like Season 7, one of the things of it was, a lot of it was kind of a downer and it dragged you down because of, kind of everything that happened in the premiere and afterwards. So having characters like Jerry there adds a little bit of, levity to the story here and there, which is good. So that's fine. But what am I most excited about for this Sunday? I'm just most excited, I would say, for The Walking Dead to be back on. I feel like it just ended Season 7 and this summer went by in a flash. And here we are back, been really busy all summer doing all the videos and all the stuff with you guys, Fear and all this other. It's kept me preoccupied, so I haven't really, I haven't absorbed the fact that the summer's over and we're back into Walking Dead again, or the break is over, so to speak. And, so really just most excited to see the series back on, most excited to see All Out War. I'll probably do maybe tomorrow we'll do top 5 most anticipated moments based on the comic book series. And, just probably the most excited one is I'm most excited to see that final confrontation between Rick and Negan and how that plays out in the TV series. That might be one of the best episodes ever. If they do it right from the comics, and there's some of these here all throughout, if they do them well from the comics, you're looking at the best stuff The Walking Dead has ever had to offer. So personally, that's what I'm most excited for. And even, episode 100, to see the zombie herd smash into the sanctuary, to see Negan and Rick at odds with each other, to see Negan respond. It's just going to be so fun. You guys know I love Negan, right? So it's going to be great. And, it just looks very entertaining, man. And it's my favorite series ever already. Whatever they do from now on, it's just gravy. It's just setting that bar higher and higher and higher. And I don't think any series, for me as a viewer, will probably ever touch The Walking Dead. Even though, yes, there's some things here and there people want to complain, Season 7 or whatever. But if you look at it overall and what they've done over the course of the series, for me, it's just like the funnest series ever. I enjoy it so much. So, last one will be from Billie Jean, who says, Trev Q&A, I was wondering at what point this season do you think we might see Sherry return again? And if not this season, then when do you think they should bring her back? So, the thing with Sherry is that they're doing All Out War, so there's so much going on right now. They could probably throw her in there somewhere, because we got episode 5 is extended. We got the premiere is a bit extended. There's going to be some extended episodes. So, there should be time to bring her back in this season. But to what capacity you bring her back in, I'm not sure. You bring her back in mid-war. Who do you have introduced to? Is it going to be Rick and the joint survivors, or would it be Dwight? As part of the saviors and turn him or something. Well, we're going to have to see. I'm really not privy to spoilers this season. I haven't been, looking into reading any spoilers, really, for the most part, aside from, a few things here and there that I see in comments, but I don't actively go out and seek to learn, to know these things. So I don't have any spoilers, but predictions, maybe second half this season we might see a return at some point, because right now we're just so set up for this just momentous, huge battle at the beginning of the season. So, I wouldn't be surprised if it's if it's in the back half of this season. But man, very excited. Thank you guys for sticking with the channel all these years, and just really happy to see The Walking Dead back on again tomorrow night. I hope you guys enjoy it like crazy, and I'll have one more video for you guys tomorrow before we check out the season 8 premiere. But very exciting. Enjoy it a lot, guys, and of course, check back to the channel afterwards for the review, predictions, and all kinds of Walking Dead videos this season. I am very excited and very happy that my favorite series is back on TV. Let me know what you guys think. Write your comments below. What are you most excited to see? It's a great question. And if you like this video, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can put on those subscribing pants and you can subscribe at the bottom. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another video. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.